you could have one song play every time you knock someone out, what would it be?
It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no, and no, ain't got me.
It's 7 p.m. Friday. 95 degrees. I ain't got no, and no, I ain't got me. Let's go.
Dakota Ditcheva is back, and she's set to light up Dubai in February 2026 with an absolute banger of a fight. After recovering from a broken hand that kept her sidelined, the undefeated British sensation is ready to remind the world why she's one of the most feared strikers in the game. And her opponent, former Bellator kickboxing world champion Denise Miss Dynamite Kielholtz.
Plum and a right hand. Oh, another one! Big one! Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fake! Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
This is going to be an all-out war, and everything you need to know about this massive showdown at PFL Road to Dubai, stick around till the end, because we'll be discussing what this fight means for Dakota's future and who might be next in line. Let's get into it. So here's what went down. The PFL just dropped a bombshell announcement that has the entire MMA world buzzing.
Against the fence with body shots.
Combination again, punching her way out of these clinches.
Inaba not able to match speed on the outside.
Crashing in again. Oh, beautiful knee. Out of the clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the turn under the knee, finds its way to the face of Sumiko Inaba, and an elbow from Dakota.
Inaba can't take a lot of those knees.
On February 7th, 2026, at the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai, Dakota Ditcheva returns to the cage to face Denise Kielholtz in what promises to be an absolute striking clinic. But let's be real, Dakota Ditcheva is the star everyone wants to see. Now, what makes this even more interesting is the social media buzz. Dakota sent a massive message on social media, and Kielholtz fired right back on Twitter with her own warning. The mental warfare has already begun, and these two warriors are not holding back. Dakota made it crystal clear. She's coming for a finish, and Kielholtz better be ready for the fight of her life. Kielholtz responded with fire, reminding everyone that she's a world champion kickboxer who's faced the best in the world, and she's not intimidated by anyone. This verbal warfare is just heating up, folks. Let's talk about why Dakota Ditcheva is one of the most exciting fighters on the planet right now. The numbers don't lie. Record 15-0, perfect and undefeated. Finish rate 87%. She stopped 13 of her 15 opponents. Knockout rate 80%, 12 knockouts out of 15 fights. First round finishes, a mind-blowing 71%. But here's the story behind her last fight. In July 2025 at PFL Africa, Dakota faced Sumiko Inaba and won a dominant decision. But for the first time in her PFL career, she had to go the full 3 rounds.
Against the fence with body shots.
Combination again, punching her way out of these clinches.
Inaba not able to match speed on the outside.
Crashing in again. Oh, beautiful knee. Out of the clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the turn, another knee finds its way to the face of Sumiko Inaba, and an elbow from Dakota.
Inaba can't take a lot of those knees.
Why? Because she broke her hand during the fight, but kept pushing through the pain. After 9 straight stoppage victories in the PFL, Dakota showed a different side of herself, her heart, her grit, and her championship mentality. She broke down in tears after the fight, not because she lost, but because her finishing streak ended. That's the kind of competitor we're dealing with here. Dakota's resume is insane. 2023 PFL Europe Tournament Champion, 2024 PFL World Tournament Champion, the first British woman to become an MMA World Champion, 9 consecutive finishes in the PFL before the Inaba fight. And get this, she just re-signed with the PFL on a multi-fight deal. She shut down all the UFC trade rumors and made it clear the PFL is her home. At just 27 years old, training at the legendary American top team with a devastating Muay Thai background, Dakota is entering her prime. Now, let's talk about the woman stepping into the fire, Denise Miss Dynamite Kielholtz. At 36 years old with an 8-5 MMA record, some people might overlook her. That would be a huge mistake. First off, she's a former Bellator Kickboxing World Champion. This woman has spent years in Amsterdam honing her striking craft in one of the birthplaces of kickboxing excellence. Her credentials: former Bellator title challenger, lost a controversial split decision to Juliana Velasquez in 2021, black belt in judo, so she's dangerous on the feet and on the ground, 8 wins in 13 professional MMA fights, back-to-back victories in 2023, including a win over, wait for it, Sumiko Inaba, the same fighter Dakota just faced. Here's the interesting twist. Kielholtz was supposed to fight Taila Santos in the 2024 PFL tournament, but had to withdraw. Dakota stepped in and eventually beat Santos to win the tournament. So there's some unfinished business here. Kielholtz is coming off a 2-year layoff since her last fight in December 2023, but don't let that fool you. She's been training, she's been waiting for an opportunity, and now she has a chance to shock the world. With her elite striking pedigree and championship experience, Kielholtz is the perfect test for Dakota's return. Alright, let's break down what we can expect when these two step into the cage. This is going to be an absolute striking showcase. Both women are elite strikers, but with different styles. Dakota brings explosive Muay Thai with devastating power and killer instincts. Kielholtz brings technical Dutch kickboxing with years of championship-level experience. Dakota has the youth, the momentum, and that killer instinct that makes her finish fights early and often.
Oh, what a knockdown! What a knockout! Sumiko Inaba is 4-0 with her third knockout win, getting it done in less than...
Sumiko Inaba sends a massive bombshell message to Dakota Ditcheva that shook the entire MMA community. Sumiko Inaba boldly declared, I mean, she's the face of PFL. If I take out the face of PFL, am I the face of PFL now?
I mean, she's the face of PFL. If I take out the face of PFL, am I the face of PFL now?
But Dakota didn't stop there. The undefeated champion responded with full confidence, firing back at Sumiko Inaba with a message that sent chills down everyone's spine. Dakota replied, "They literally want to come in and take everything I have. And that's how I have to approach every single fight. I have to protect every single ounce of my career, my life. Expect fireworks and you won't be disappointed on July 19th. She's no walkover, but I don't think she's on my level. I'm going to show that in South Africa."
They literally want to come in and take everything I have, and that's how I have to approach every single fight. I have to protect every single ounce of my career, my life.
Expect fireworks and you won't be disappointed on July 19th.
She's no walkover, but I don't think she's on my level. I'm going to show that in South Africa.
And Dakota Ditcheva also sent a message on Twitter that added even more fuel to the fire, the pre-fight drama, and what happened when these two warriors finally stepped into the cage. So buckle up, because this is going to be intense. The tension between Dakota Ditcheva and Sumiko Inaba didn't just start overnight. This was a clash of egos, skills, and undefeated records colliding head-on.
Ditcheva, a huge favorite in this one. Inaba has embraced that all week long and really all camp long, ready to pull off the big upset in Cape Town.
Sumiko Inaba came into this fight with pure confidence, believing she could dethrone the so-called face of PFL and take her spot at the top. She wasn't shy about it either. In multiple interviews leading up to the fight, Sumiko made it clear she thought Dakota was beatable. "If I take out the face of PFL, am I the face of PFL now?" she questioned, essentially saying she was ready to steal Dakota's throne.
Match up here. Might go with Josh Thompson.
20 seconds, Jeff.
John McCarthy.
20 seconds, Jeff. With the knee. 15 seconds, Jeff. Bump and turn.
10 seconds.
10 seconds, Jeff. Let's go.
Throwing down hard. Those are big shots. Hit it's all over. Just.
The stage was set. July 19th, 2025. Cape Town, South Africa. PFL Champions Series 2. 2 undefeated fighters. 1 cage. Only one could remain undefeated. When the cage door closed, all the talking stopped. It was time to fight. From the opening bell, the intensity was absolutely electric. Sumiko Inaba came out aggressive, just like she promised. She was trying to pressure Dakota, move forward, and make this her fight.
High flag for Dakota Ditcheva. This is where Dakota Ditcheva hunts the liver. She will attack
With body shots.
combination and clinches. Knee. Oh, the clinch is really working for Ditcheva. She gets the knee, finds its way to the face of Sumiko Inaba, and an elbow from Dakota.
I want to be here, backed against the fence.
On knees, left hand.
But Dakota Ditcheva, she was ready. Dakota immediately responded with precise range management, using front kicks to the face to keep Sumiko at bay. And let me tell you, one of those early front kicks landed clean, snapping Inaba's head back and giving her a taste of what was coming. Sumiko tried to close the distance and get into the clinch, but every single time she did, Dakota punished her with brutal knees and sharp elbows. This was Dakota's world, and Sumiko was just visiting.
Sumiko Inaba выбрасывая удары, фронт-кик в лицо. И мощнейший левый прямой. Инaba с отчаянием самурайским пытается залететь на ближнюю дистанцию. Тайский клинч.
Молодец, Сумика, пошла вперед. Ей надо рисковать. В нее здесь никто не верит. И колено сейчас может залететь. Вообще, самое опасное оружие у Дакоты Ditchevой — это ее колени. Локти тоже хороши. По корпусу неплохо работает Sumiko Inaba.
At one point, Sumiko went for a takedown, thinking maybe she could change the fight's momentum. But Dakota? She expertly reversed the position and started landing heavy shots from the clinch, backing Sumiko right up against the cage. By the end of round 1, it was crystal clear. Dakota Ditcheva was in complete control. Her striking was far more effective, her defense was airtight, and Sumiko's offense was being shut down at every turn. The first round belonged to Dakota, and Sumiko knew she had to make major adjustments if she wanted to survive.
Японская спортсменка с Гавайских островов. И опять колени.
Ну и пробивает по корпусу. Инаба пытается завести ногу. Локти опять пошли. Колени в ход от Дитчевой.
Round 2 started, and Dakota came out with even more urgency. She opened with another clean front kick and continued her dominance in the clinch. Her elbows were slicing through Sumiko's guard like knives, and her knees to the body were absolutely relentless. But here's where things got interesting. Around the halfway mark of round 2, Dakota appeared to injure her left hand. She signaled it to her corner, and you could see the pain on her face. Most fighters would back off. Most fighters would play it safe, but not Dakota Ditcheva. Instead of slowing down, she adjusted her strategy. She started throwing more kicks, more right hands, and more elbows. Even with one compromised hand, Dakota landed over 170 total strikes throughout this fight.
Последние секунды включается здесь. Дитчева и что? Неужели душить будет?
Нет, заканчивается второй раунд, отправляются девушки на перерыв и...
Sumiko tried to rally. She threw counterpunches. She shot for takedowns. She did everything she could to turn the tide. But Dakota's takedown defense was flawless. She stuffed every single attempt and continued landing strikes at will from mid and close range. Sumiko was tough, there's no doubt about that. But Dakota was on another level, and everyone watching knew it. The third and final round showcased everything that makes Dakota Ditcheva special. Her heart, her adaptability, her warrior spirit.
Можно сказать, что, ну, так, наверное, и ожидалось, да?
Нет, ожидалось, что Сумико столько не продержится. Она все еще в бою.
Но ты же не зря несколько раз напомнил, что она никогда не проигрывала досрочно. Плюс еще...
Despite the injured hand, Dakota switched stances, used spinning kicks, and fired leg kicks to keep Sumiko guessing. She was mixing up her attacks, staying unpredictable, and showing why she's one of the most complete fighters in women's MMA. Sumiko Inaba was visibly swollen and exhausted, but give her credit. She refused to go down. She absorbed everything Dakota threw at her with incredible toughness and kept moving forward. Near the end of the round, Dakota let out a visible expression of pain from her injured hand, but she still threw a flurry of strikes to close out the fight strong. You could tell she wanted the finish, but Sumiko's chin and determination kept her standing until the final bell. When the bell rang at 5 o'clock of round 3, everyone in the arena knew who had won. All three judges scored the fight 30-27 in favor of Dakota Ditcheva. Dakota looked emotional in the cage, acknowledging the pain in her hand and the toll the fight took on her body. But she also smiled, knowing she had just extended her undefeated record to 15-0 and proved once again why she's the real face of the PFL. In her post-fight interview, Dakota said, "Yeah, I think I've injured my left hand, but I think I'm just more gutted because I've been out for so long and then I've come back and I'm injured again. But I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. Thank you so much."
Yeah, I think I've injured my left hand, but I think I'm just more gutted because I've been out for so long and then I've come back and I'm injured again. But I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. Thank you so much.
After the fight, Dakota confirmed she had signed a new contract extension with PFL and was already looking ahead to her next challenge. She's set to face the winner of the upcoming Liz Carmouche versus Gina Bishop fight scheduled for August 15th. And you can bet she'll be coming in even more dangerous than before. This win didn't just prove Dakota's dominance. It proved her ability to stay composed and tactical under pressure, even while dealing with an injury mid-fight.
Jab. Jab. 1, 2. Jab. Double. Jab. 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 Double. Double up.
Sumiko Inaba came in talking big, but Dakota Ditcheva backed up every single word she said. She protected her throne, shut down the doubters, and reminded everyone why she's one of the most feared fighters in the sport. Dakota's journey is far from over. With an undefeated record, elite-level striking, and the heart of a true champion, the flyweight division better watch out. Valentina Shevchenko just put on an absolutely brutal, dominant performance against Zhang Weili at UFC 322, and even Dana White was left stunned, sitting cage-side with his jaw on the floor, watching this legendary champion dismantle one of the division's most dangerous fighters. After that dominant performance, Valentina dropped a massive bombshell aimed directly at Dakota Ditcheva. But here's what makes this insane. We're talking about a 37-year-old legend with over a decade of experience at the highest level, who's faced and beaten the absolute best fighters in the world. And Dakota? She just made it crystal clear on social media. She's coming for that throne, and she believes her youth, power, and momentum will defeat the legendary champion. Can experience and wisdom overcome youth and power? Can the new generation dethrone the old guard? Let's set the scene. Madison Square Garden, November 15th, UFC 322. Valentina, the Bullet. Shevchenko stepped into the octagon against Zhang Weili, and what happened next was pure domination. Valentina reminded everyone exactly why she's considered one of the greatest female fighters of all time. The precision, the technique, the absolute clinic she put on. It was a masterclass in mixed martial arts. But here's where it gets interesting. Right after the fight, in her post-fight interview, Valentina was asked about her future and whether she'd face the rising star Dakota Ditcheva. And what she said sent shockwaves through the combat sports world. Of course, this is my life. Martial arts is not only a sport and my career, it's like my lifestyle, who I am as a martial artist. And before my health says to me, yes, you can do it, I will do it. But first of all, I have to heal a couple of injuries. It's like following me through all my career and training camps. And so I will not say the exact date right now, but I'm here, I'm still in.
Of course, this is my life. Martial arts is not only sport and my career. It's like my lifestyle, who I am, martial artist. And before my health saying me, yes, you can do it, I will do it. But first of all, I have to heal a couple of injuries. It's like following me through all my career and training camps. And so I will not say exact date right now, but I'm here. I'm still in.
Did you catch that? She didn't say, maybe. She didn't say, we'll see. She said, I will do it. That's not speculation. That's a promise from a champion. Now, for those who don't know Dakota Ditcheva, let me paint you a picture of this absolute wrecking machine.
Pull out. Hold it right here. Get up here.
That.
Yeah. 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 You got this? Yeah.
Dakota is 26 years old, born in Manchester, England, and she's the most dangerous fighter you've probably never seen fight yet. Here are the stats that will blow your mind. 15 wins, 0 losses, 12 knockouts, 1 submission, PFL flyweight champion, 1 million tournament winner. This woman doesn't just win fights, she ends them violently. In her last fight, she TKO'd Taila Santos, a former UFC title challenger, in the 2nd round. Before that, first round finishes over and over again. Dakota is a Muay Thai specialist with absolutely devastating power. She stands 5 feet 8 inches, which gives her a massive reach advantage in the flyweight division. But here's what makes her truly dangerous. She's not just a striker. When she gets taken down, she's dangerous off her back, constantly working for submissions and scrambling back to her feet. She's a complete mixed martial artist who happens to have fight-ending power in both hands. The PFL made her a millionaire. She became the face of their entire flyweight division, a division that literally didn't exist until she signed with them. That's the level of star power we're talking about. So Valentina throws down the gauntlet, saying she'll take the fight once she heals up. How does Dakota respond? Immediately, and with confidence. Dakota has been publicly calling for this fight, saying, I definitely could, and I would. You put me in a cage and I'll go against anyone. When asked specifically who she wants to fight right now, without hesitation she said, Valentina Shevchenko. I want to be at the top. And then, Dakota took to Twitter with a message that had the MMA community in an absolute frenzy. The confidence, fearlessness. This is a fighter who genuinely believes she can beat one of the greatest of all time. But here's what I respect about Dakota. Despite all that confidence, she's shown nothing but respect for Valentina. She called her the #1 flyweight, acknowledged that Valentina was the first to finish Jessica Andrade, and recognized that Shevchenko has been at the top for years. Dakota isn't being disrespectful, she's just ready. Let's break down what makes this fight so fascinating. Valentina Shevchenko, 37 years old UFC flyweight legend, faced the absolute best competition for over a decade. Superior fight IQ and championship experience, technical precision that's unmatched, still performing at an elite level. Dakota Ditcheva, 26 years old, in her athletic prime, undefeated with devastating knockout power, youth, speed, and momentum on her side, hasn't faced Valentina's level of competition, but has looked unstoppable against everyone she has faced. This is the classic matchup: the experienced veteran technician versus the young, hungry knockout artist. The wise champion with all the tricks versus the explosive rising star with nothing to lose. Old school UFC versus new generation PFL. This isn't just a fight. This is a legacy fight for both women. Now here's the elephant in the room. Dakota fights for the PFL. Valentina fights for the UFC. These are two different promotions, and cross-promotional fights are notoriously difficult to make. But, and this is a big but, there's something different this time. Dana White himself has reportedly expressed interest in this fight. According to multiple sources, he's told Dakota, "Stay ready, you're next." When the UFC president is personally invested in making something happen, it usually happens. We've seen cross-promotional fights before. We've seen champions move between organizations. If there's enough money on the table and enough fan demand, these things can happen. And trust me, the fans are demanding this fight. Valentina said she needs to heal her injuries first. She's 37, she's been in wars, and she's smart enough to know she needs to be 100% to face someone like Dakota. So we're probably looking at sometime in 2026. That gives Dakota time to defend her PFL title, gives Valentina time to recover, and gives both promotions time to negotiate the biggest women's MMA fight in recent history.
Bring me back to my Taekwondo days. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Bannon comes firing forward now, trying to close this out.
She's listening to her coach so well. He asked for the blitz. She hit the blitz.
Beautiful.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Oh, my goodness.
She wanted to finish in this fight, and she just might get it.
Oh.
Bannon trying to put an exclamation point at the very end on this.
Wow.
Oh,
how tough are these ladies?
Shauna Bannon found out the hard way. Before their historic clash at UK Fighting Championships 13, Bannon dropped a massive bombshell that sent shockwaves through the MMA world. In a pre-fight interview, she was asked the question everyone wanted to know: is the knockout on your mind? And Bannon fired back with supreme confidence: I want to knock her out. Do you have a prediction of when you get to do it? Second round. Thank you.
Is the knockout on your mind?
I want to knock her out.
Do you have a prediction of when you get to do it?
Second round.
Thank you.
Bold words, dangerous words, and words that would come back to haunt her the moment she stepped inside that cage against the rising British sensation, Dakota Ditcheva. Stay with us as we break down how this prediction completely backfired, what Dakota had to say in response, and the shocking revelation that came after the fight that changed everything we thought we knew about this matchup. Now, when Dakota Ditcheva heard about Bannon's knockout prediction, she didn't fire back with trash talk. Instead, she showed the maturity and focus that has made her one of the most feared fighters outside the UFC. When asked how she viewed this fight and what it meant for her career, Dakota responded, "I mean, I feel very lucky to be on the card. This is the final for the athletes that are all fighting for £1 million, and I feel like only my second fight in PFL, I've been able to get on the undercard for that. It's just a massive thing. So I'm quite proud of myself that I've been given that opportunity. But yeah, I'm just trying to treat it as every other fight. I'm not trying to think too big. Obviously, it's my first one in the States as well. I want to make sure I'm making an impression, a good impression, and I only got less than a round out of my last fight, so I want people to be able to see a little bit more about what I'm here for.
I mean, I feel very lucky to be on the card, you know, like, this is the